Okay, Pug fans, we're on a Peugeot 406, 1999, and have you ever had this problem? There, the key's on. Nothing. Well, before this happened, the fan was kind of come on sometimes, not other times, so had to have a bit of a poke around. And now I'm going to start you from the back and move you to the front because, you know, if you're actually planning on doing this job, you can do the easy bits without me even telling you about them. But I'll tell you about them anyway, but I'll tell you about them later. So, I have another video about how to take this apart. You can't actually check this and know that that's going. But here's the clue. Before you get to this part, do this other part. Come down here and pop the blower out. Okay, it comes out pretty simply. There's only 3 screws that hold that in, and everything comes out, disconnects pretty easily. Now, I'm going to try and show you what's happening here. There's a controller here. Okay, there's a controller here, and the power to that controller is here. All right, with a red and a black wire. Okay, those heavy red and black wires. Put a voltmeter on those. If you when it's unplugged, put a voltmeter on those. Get a solid 12 volts, and you know that the problem is past this somewhere. If you don't get 12 volts there, I can't help you. You're gonna have to go dig around. Check the fuses. That'd be my first bet. Anyway, if you unplug this, get a solid 12 volts. The problem is obviously in the fan past this connector. So we come down here and take the fan out. Now, if you don't have a 12 volt source to run the fan off of, to find out whether it's actually the fan motor itself that's the problem or this controller right here, which that previous plug I showed you plugs in here and basically determines how fast the motor should go by changing the voltage on it. If you don't have a way to put 12 volts into this, there's another way you can do it, and that's basically take your voltmeter, which I assume you have, otherwise you wouldn't be here, and pull the red wire here out, which is the wire that comes out of this and goes to the motor. You can see here, there's the wires going into the motor. Just follow those back. You'll find that wire there, and you'll have that there. Take this here. Not that little one. There's a big fatter one here. If I can find it, here we go. That one there. Okay. Put your voltmeter in there. Set it to a very low voltage. And from basics physics, we know that any DC motor is actually a generator. Once you've done that, plugged up to your voltmeter, spin that fan, and you should see a voltage. You should see a positive voltage in one direction, a negative voltage in the other direction. If you don't see that, then very likely the motor itself or the brushes or something in the motor itself has failed. If you want to double check that, you can actually and you have an ability to do that, just put a positive there, negative on the black, plug 12 volts into it. I used a power roll, and yep, sure enough, the fan goes. So once we know that, the only thing between the fan motor and that previous connector is this ugly little beast here, which apparently they sell on eBay quite inexpensively. So it looks like it's a couple of pretty beefy rectifiers, which I'm surprised haven't failed. So I'm going to pop this out and hopefully get a replacement, and my problem will be solved. But there you go. I would say the other thing you can notice is while this is connected, the other symptom that happens here, where's that connector? Where's that connector? I'll find it. Yeah, that connector there. If you check the voltage on that when it's plugged in to the fan assembly, and you can do that before you even pop the fan assembly out, and you get something ridiculous on that heavy red and black wire, like 3 volts or something like that, you know that you've got a problem. So I'd say continue on, and it's pretty simple. And again, to take it out, there's this bit of fabric covering, 3 kind of push plugs, pulls that out, and then look up in there and you'll see it. It's quite obvious. There's 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws. Undo those. Thing just simply falls out. I don't know if this should have a screw in here. I haven't taken this out, just in case somebody was going to ask. I haven't taken this out. That was already gone, so I'm assuming it's not required. And if it is, it still works anyway. So there you go. How to diagnose whether it's very likely this little beastie here. If I can figure out the control of this and how it works, I might post a subsequent video on that little device there. Rightio. Have fun. I know there's a lot of these out there with fans that aren't working, blower fans that aren't working, so maybe that helps.